Failure of this panel to be sponsored by Bail Bond Service tells you all they need to know about their lack of business sense.
No, one second. Pearl.
Hey, for real.
No, wait, everybody.
The crash out. And I just can't believe I was being lectured by a man with a hand tattoo named Fatty. I'm like, really? This is who's going to lecture me? Truly.
Everybody, one second.
She's here.
No, 1 second. Stop talking. Pearl, let me ask you something, Pearl. Are you trying to get the reaction of us?
No,
One second.
I get this a lot. They always think I'm trying to get a reaction. I'm trying to be charismatic, right? I'm trying to keep it light and, it's a show. But in all honesty, I was told the topic was black fatigue. That was why I came on.
Well, regardless of the topic, answer the question. Are you trying to get a reaction? Abso-freaking-lutely. Anytime she pull up on the panel, she's trying to get a reaction and bait y'all into a conversation, and she can go back and use it for content on her channel, and etc. It's a strategy.
And you got to see that. I can see it. So how do you counter that? Don't give her nothing to talk about. Ignore her madness. You know how today's modern woman, a man will make a statement and they won't even acknowledge that statement and just move on. Do the same thing to her. There you go. The same thing you do to us, do the same thing to her. Don't even acknowledge her statement. Just move on and keep making your point.
Or even better, make her pay to come around. You want to come around, you got to pay to come up on these panels. You want to use these spaces? You want our gravitas? Yeah, open that wallet up.
There you go. But now, like she is claiming that Fatty and them begged her to come over here. And now you got no power. She over here being an agent of chaos.
So what you got, Internet Passport? This has been a lot.
I'm just glad for her to show her true face and just to see that heel turn. That's all. Personally, I've never been a fan. I always question just for her and her background to be in these spaces. I always thought it was a little bit odd, but now just showing her true face. I'm not sure she'll be on that panel again by the Fatty gentleman. I've seen him around. This just doesn't surprise me, and everyone can just see it. Just say, yeah, you're here to hype some things up. To me, it just seems like, honestly, just seeing the limited of this clip, to me, it seems like she's having some type of narcissistic, a manic episode. That's all I could think of, is that she has something going on, or she just said, oh, they try to set me up, or I'm super excited to make content after this. That's all I'm getting from her from this clip right now.
Oh, no, man. I mean, I just, my whole thing is that, I mean, if, just women, just our black women as a whole, especially like, the ones we got like Tyranny we have on the panel, and what's her face, are like not getting easily triggered. I mean, because like you said, they give her a leg to stand on when they indulge in all that, debaucherous stuff. So, I mean, but that's all Pearly came up for anyway, didn't she?
Yeah, she only came up talk about, she said black fatigue. She didn't care what Fatty's topic was. That's egregious in itself. And that's why Mr. X said, can't be up here trying to have panels, have conversations, and you invite you enthusiastically invite, I ain't gonna say begging, that's egregious, invite folks over, and now they don't care what your topic is and they just disrespect you. Can't depend on folks like that.
Ilka, why would you tell me that was the topic if I can't even bring up black stats?
Well, I'm asking you a serious question, right? Because we had you on the panel once, and Andrew Wilson was with us, right? And Andrew Wilson all of a sudden starting to do full bull remarks.
And I think they do this when someone's saying things that are smart. They're like, are you trying to get a reaction? I'm like, no, I'm just making sense.
I'm talking about black brands and all that. And I ask him, hey, brother, I see your content all the time. You usually don't talk like this. So my question is, and be honest about it, is there any of your statements you're doing today, statements that are made to trigger the crowd that you have right now?
I actually came here prepared because I thought the topic was black fatigue. So I came prepared with stats, facts, data, and statistics.
But the topic is not black fatigue, right?
That's what we spoke about.
No, but is the topic black fatigue?
That's what you told me the topic was.
No. I'm asking 1 second, please. Is the topic black fatigue?
So hold on, Pearl. I invited you, right? And I told you already that the next topic would be black fatigue. We already addressed it. But what is the relevant part about making it about race when we're here about the...
Okay, so he said this was the topic. And now he's saying, why would you bring that up? I'm like... is this a woman I'm talking to?
Relationships. Why go straight? That's twice. That's going to trigger people. And now if they start saying stuff about white people, now we're going to have a race war. We want to have the conversation.
As a traditional married woman, I can tell you Pearl is not the girl she pretends to be. Oh, I'm not traditional. Neither are you, Sam. That's the thing. What I don't do is pretend to be something I'm not. You can't be traditional in this society. But were you a virgin on your wedding day? And then they'll gaslight you.
Intentional about the relationships, but it is turning into race conversation instead of a relationship conversation. That's all we're addressing. We want to have the.
You see, so she always gonna have some type of smoke. All right, you ain't traditional. You ain't either. Was you a virgin? You know, did you bring the doves to the church? What my man say? A dove to the church every time you get some cheeks.
Pearl, man, she leans on, you know, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say she leans on truth, but she has there some truth to her message. You know,
well, she's like a telemarketer. So they got these built-in rebuttals. I used to do telemarketing when I was about 18, and it's all on the screen. You have a screen worth of stuff, all right, and now I could imagine it's much greater now with AI and stuff. So they know what the customer's gonna say 9 times out of 10. And they got preloaded rebuttals. Hey, if they say that, say this. They say that, say this.
But it's messy because now they up here. See this? They up here debating on, you know, why she came up here. She like, y'all begged me to come up here. Then the brother Ali like, no, I asked you, and we done covered that. See, the communication was not clear. It's my understanding that the vast majority of problems when it comes to communication is misunderstandings. So they did not hash something out. Yeah, they didn't want Pearly come here talking about this, but it appears as if they were so anxious to have her, they just say, okay, yeah, you can talk about a little bit, but we're talking about this. And Pearly like, I don't care what you halfway gave me the green light. See, halfway gave me the green light. So now you gave me an inch, I'm taking a mile.
Unfortunate. So here we go. I'm gonna let this play. We're gonna bring the rest of y'all up here. We're gonna open the panel up here in a second. So if y'all want to come up, click the link.
Conversation, but it's becoming a race conversation.
It's interesting.
We will have the race conversation, the black conversation. Hold on real quick, Big Rick. We want to have the black and white conversation, but when it's almost like it's said to instigate or stir something up, it seems like it's becoming racial. You're saying something.
And again, this all started because I'm really trying to explain it. She made it racial by saying, well, black women are taking your men. And I'm like, no, you guys have herpes. We don't. I'm trying to, you know, what I thought was that we were adults here and we could talk about facts, data, and statistics without getting upset. Maybe we're not. I don't know.
No. If I did,
He's not that, right? For example,
you
off the cuff,
just because the girls are getting upset.
No, that's not the case. Right? For example, we would have
remind you, the girl on the left literally called CJ a coon. I don't even like saying that word. She called him that. I mentioned facts, data, and statistics, and I'm
Pearly conversation about criminals, and you say black woman,
and that's what we do, though. So there you go. That's why I say don't bring them up at all, because basically what she said is she's trying to rationalize what she's doing. She said, hell, I'm not out of pocket. Look what y'all say to each other. Y'all invite me to the house. Look how y'all treat each other while I'm here, and I'm out of pocket. So don't invite her.
See, if we ain't gonna have no decorum and be on code around one another. See, there you go. Come on, let's point out the technical files, get our emotions out. So Pasty came up here throwing a wrench in the system, and at this point, Miss Pro Black Tyrant, I guess the dude was kind of going against him, but you still don't sit there and throw out those egregious insults. You say, hey, brother, I believe you might be off base. And now she don't have no ammo, but you called that brother a coon in front of her.
There you go. I think people are too emotional initially, right? There is a moment for pausing, having a conversation, and gathering understanding. And if you sit there talking to somebody and it just ain't happening, and you get to that point, granted. But to hear something initially just get so triggered without even trying to have the conversation, that's where the problem lies.
What did she call somebody a coon, or did she repeat what's his face said?
Yeah, she called the brother CJ a coon.
But CJ was caping for it though.
Yeah, so but that's what I'm saying. So here we go. Good. Yes, he was. But in this instance, for some solidarity, so that you don't give the enemy more ends, you don't sit there and because now you calling him that. Now you like on Pearly side. Shoot, she up here being a tyrant and you adding to it. So like I said, you respectfully try to redirect. So, okay, I see my brother out of line. He wilding, but hey, you like I said, respectfully correct. Hey, brother, I think you may be mistaken. Don't sit there and like coon, because god dang, like now she like, I told you, as she is doing. She like, y'all doing my job for me. I threw the grenade in the room, and now y'all just panicking.
Oh, what you got, brother Jay?
I hear what you're saying, Walker. I don't even think it's about like showing face and solidarity with her on the panel. That should be the way it is, period.
I agree.
Like they don't, it's like, I don't know. Well, we all know her. We know how she gets down on the panel. We know her as soon as you say something, we know what point she's going to. And if you bring up anything about what she's done in the past, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You're doing this now. It's like she's also somebody that needs to stop going up on panels. She adds nothing. She contributes nothing to anything. I've never heard her say anything of any substance on any panel, y'all's, HQ's, any other panel I've seen her on. Nothing. They need to stop bringing her up as well. And I could see a point to bring Pearl on people's panels when you get, like you said, when you get on there and you got your structure and you can go up and argue point for point with her. So that now she has no ammo. So everybody who's following her that says, yeah, she's speaking the truth. She's actually not speaking the truth. The stat, oh, she spoke the truth about the 60%. It's a stat, but it's not. I proved it wrong. Less than 3,000 self-reported. It's a correct stat, but she didn't give you the context to it. So is she saying the truth? Yeah, she is, but it's not based on all of us. And she's got y'all thinking in the chat and amongst her chat that that's the facts because that's how they feel. That's how they feel what's going on. It's not true.
Yeah. And
battle
like
her facts
said,
with
part
facts.
of tonight's show is we talk about standing on business. Don't be predictable. First of all, don't let her in the house at all. And if you are, we need to have rules and standards in our house. You can't say, hey, come in. And then she walk in the house and she see somebody spitting on the ground, somebody taking a piss in the kitchen sink. And like, whoa. And then she walk in the living room and take a poop in the middle of the living room floor. And people like, whoa, what you doing? No, we got to set the standard.
Amen. Set the standard. You're right, brother J. Tillman. It ain't just whenever the enemy is amongst us that we need to be on point, because that's not a thing. You see what I'm saying? That could never be a thing. Can't be like, oh, we at odds, but as soon as the enemy is around, now we on one side. No, like, so it only works that way, brother. We gotta be on code at all times. And come on, it is what it is. Y'all see one of the biggest problems, man. It starts with our sisters giving us some respect. And that's how it works. Like, come on, that's a big issue. Our melanated sisters do not give us enough just respect off top, and when they do, they got to announce it. Y'all saw Kundra G. I'm respecting you. What you said to brother Kevin Samuels. I'm respecting you. I'm respecting you like it's a gift to respect your brother.
After herpes, like it's a very
that's true. She said that she actually brought it up first, and you guys are talking to me. She brought it up first.
No, Pearl, you brought up the fact that black women like criminals, and then when she said, "What if she said that white women like men who smell like dogs?" Then it becomes racial.
I don't mind. That's okay. I don't get offended. One side's getting offended.
Okay, as long as,
and that's what happens. That's how black people get powers. They get offended. White people don't, and then we always have to concede. And I'm just to the point. If you get offended, it's just not my problem. It's not.
Look, just know that if that happens, then it becomes a racial conversation.
Okay, so
but
what?
You can't talk about no. But what happens is if we have a racial conversation, and it makes everybody else. First of all, I don't care about how we look in regardless to money and all them things. I do care about how people respect themselves. So we should be able to have a respectful conversation without making it racial.
Now, mind you, I didn't call somebody. I didn't insult anybody.
Blatantly racial. Not being factual, making it blatant racial.
Okay, well,
I didn't give it as much shit when
called gaslighting. So she gonna say, "Oh, I didn't insult anybody. I did nothing." She throwing rocks and hiding her hands and like, "Hey, look, it wasn't me. It was you." All right, but this goes down to not being so emotional. Be more stoic and tactful.
That's it. Easier said than done. But again, got to get rid of all those insecurities and things like that. That's it, man. That's how you get rid. That's how this becomes her just throwing darts in the dark. But she hitting her targets, the lights on bright. She hit her target with every gaslighting statement. I hate that for us.
That part. So what you got, brother Danny? I'll get you in.
Oh, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Okay, good. Salute to the panel. I did a live stream on Pearl earlier today, and the main thing that I saw was a lot of microaggressions throughout the live stream on Fatty, and then her own live stream. Even though I had smoke for Pearl, I also had smoke for CJ. And the reason I had smoke for CJ was how when Pearl started up, her live stream, he basically just, just up and bounced on Pearl's live stream and just started tap dancing. And the problem is that it's too many of us, quote unquote, tap dancing Negroes in the black community. And that's number one. Number two, it's not enough of us standing on business. Cause I think the reason why some of us are scared to stand on business is because we have this fear of quote unquote losing our black card. The hell with the black card. Either you're gonna stand on business or you just gonna be a spineless male. It is what it is.
So standing on business, get your black card revoked? What are some of these standing on business actions that'll get your black card revoked?
For example, for example, calling out calling out the tap dancers in the community, calling out other folks who basically see the mess that's going on, but not calling it out. We as people need to be able to look at the mess in our community and say no, that's not what we're gonna deal with. That's not who we are. That's not who we are. All that. And
I
I
was gonna say,
remember a while.
not
Oh,
to
go
cut you
ahead.
off, but like you were saying, if we sit up here, simple stuff like we having too many children outside of wedlock, we got to stand on
Fact.
business. We too dependent on the government. We got to stand on business. I mean, this is some of the stuff we need to stand on business on.
But when we talk about it, you're right, Danny, folks, oh, y'all don't understand the struggle. Y'all ain't real. Y'all don't get it. We do get it. That's why we speaking on it. We get it 100%. We understand the dismay and disarray that it causes. So we are talking on it. And it ain't yet. And that will get your black card taken. That's you right, Jay Tillman. Man, I laugh at the thought for I'll take your black card. You ain't never played spades. Oh, you ain't never seen this show. I'm take your black card. Man, you can take that black card and shove it up. You know what?
That part.
They can almost take that black card for anything there, Danny, man. It could be for almost anything.
Straight up.
And yeah, why did it? You know what? Talk about this. All right, this us now. Talking about our toxic culture, things that would get your black card taken. Going to prison won't get your black card taken, huh? Selling product to your own folks won't get your black card taken. Like Gavin said, being a 5-time, 7-time baby daddy won't get it taken. None of that. Being a pimping pastor won't get it taken. But you dare go to college and get educated and try to do better and have a family? You old Sadiddy coon, you.
Hey, having a white wife.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you completely disregard that point.
My black card been gone. Okay, take it. I don't care. Okay.
You're talking about health and wellness, man. Health and wellness. Want to be able to have some folks maybe lose some weight, be able to lower that blood pressure. You bring that up, they're like, "What? You don't like a woman with some curves?" I'm saying, what, how did that turn into it? Well, okay.
Curves everywhere. The back, the titties. I like breasts, but not breasts on the
covered in curves. Y'all don't like them covered in curves?
Covered and smothered.
Smothered curves.
Shout out to Waffle House.
And shout out to Air Force Week. He says this man said Pearl was looking decent. Ninja, cut it out.
she presented better at that. I got.
Hey Jay, how do you come to that conclusion? Jay, how did
Hey,
you come
man.
to that
Hey,
conclusion
man.
that she looked decent?
Hey, all our standards can't be G Honda standards. We all can't have not need
No,
standards.
I was asking a question. I was asking a question, Jay. That's all.
Mr. Walker showed the pictures side by side.
She could do her hair, put on a little makeup. She could
Yeah,
look.
she
She could
look
look better than she
decent.
looked.
That's
Then.
what I
Jay, she
said.
looked.
She
Jay,
still
looked
built
the
like a
exact
man.
same. Yeah, she looked like Trevor Lawrence. And if Trevor Lawrence and Clay,
If
Trevor
y'all,
Lawrence and Clay
it's
Matthews had a
it's
baby,
the end of the night, and the bar about to close, and you ain't had no coup de cat in a while. You got a Gabrielle Sidibe, or you got Pearly things out there doled up, and both of them willing to go. Which one you taking?
the shea butter.
You taking Gabrielle Sidibe?
Neither one.
Listen
Neither
here, at least
one.
Gabrielle Sidibe gonna be soft
Hey, bro.
and soft and warm. Pearly like hard and cold. So
Definitely cold.
Yeah.
Cold,
you want
cool,
soft and warm, you want hard and cold.
Hey, I'm going to play golf, y'all. Y'all forget that.
You want no cold?
Gabrielle Sidibe, I'm good. I'm all the way good.
She made it racial the other day with me.
One second.
I know the girl on the bottom is like, these black women make it racial with us all the time, and they do. When I was doing my show, it would like be every other show. You're a privileged white girl. I am. So what?
One second. I want to hear from her and see what she thinks about what we said.
You got a good point.
Well, if I'm being honest with you,
has a point.
if I'm being honest, I think you guys are overreacting. I think the guys are white knighting a little bit for the women. I don't think we need to get emotional because there's facts about race. And if you can't handle it, I can go. I don't mind.
Yeah, no, but Pearl, the thing is, we are not being emotional because let me give you an example of 1 second, please. 1 second, please.
I'm gonna get. He says we're not emotional, then he starts yelling. I'm gonna bounce.
No, it's fine. Let me tell you one thing, Pearl, before you go, Pearl. Hey, please, 1 second. So there's the thing, right, Pearl? If I was playing the same game that you are playing, I would say, you know about these things because you are the one that dated the black bum, a black homeless man, right? I would literally come out of the woodwork because I know your story.
God forbid I help.
Right? And these not black women that are just addicted to black bums. You are addicted to a black bum because that was the person that you actually dated for a bunch of years, right?
God
so
I help the homeless. God
no, it was not homeless.
No, he actually wasn't, but that's what everyone says.
He was sleeping on your house.
No, it's not the full. I mean, it doesn't matter. But
yes, but my point is this, Pearl. We are treating you with respect. You can definitely touch on race. We can literally do shows about race.
And then he crashes out
the table to you, and you can do whatever you want. But if we are going to try to either get a clip of
my poor ex, he was a nice guy too.
And there you go. So there you go. Shout out to the brother Fatty. If you're gonna talk to somebody like Pearl, you need to have receipts and have your ducks in a row. You can't just be up here first of all, you need to know that you're gonna be talking to her so you can be prepared. You can't be up here like Tyranny and them all emotional. It'll never work. She just gonna keep rage baiting you. But if you know what you're talking about, you can hold her accountable. But you can't just be up here, oh, white man want us. It's like, what? So you gotta have something. What you got, brother Postman? Welcome up.
Yeah, I feeling like that. No, basically, for real, when you think about it, the whole fox in the hen house analogy is where psychology and communication comes in once again. If you got the psychology or the understanding to know what the fox's intention is in that hen house, as the owner of the said hen house, you are able to moderate, in this example, or curtail things in a way in which you wanted to. Fatty, in terms of knowing personnel, knew the women of our color that he had on that panel, and knowing that Tyranny would have no decorum, and I'm almost willing to bet that you gave no pregame pep talk to at least give them an understanding of what's to come, because they may not be familiar with this particular person, or they may just respond like Tyranny and Jazz are prone to do. And so, in some ways, by not giving out the proper information to make an informed decision, Fatty has culpability, and you wanted that viral reaction, and you knew exactly who would be able to elicit it, and you knew who she can elicit it from. And so by knowing your personnel, he played the epitome of a chess game, and everybody else there in certain ways are pawns. They think they playing checkers simply because they having shower matches in this clip right here, she gaslighting, talking about how he yelling and being emotional. He is trying to curtail all talking so that he can command the floor again. It's not being emotional at all. He's being a sergeant at arms. But she can use those particular deflection topics or points because she is versed in some of these things. And nobody at the bottom, in terms of the women, appear to be educated on how to deflect those things. Like you said, Gavin, earlier when I was watching, when insults are hurled at you guys, I'm not responding to it because I know what's in my hand. I'm playing poker. I'm not playing your hand. He knew exactly who he can get to show their hand out there, and he used it. And so when we talk about standing on business, the business for him right there is making money because, one, I don't know the relationship between him and the other gentleman. I can't think of his name right now, but Fatty in some ways don't have skin to lose in this particular game. So it's all a cash grab. And while we look at it from the inside and how we need to cleaning house is a purge of sorts. And those types that are on that panel, even engaging in it, because she shouldn't even be a part of the conversation. It shows me who to deal with, how to deal with you, and who not to deal with. And that would be when we come up with these solutions. I quietly understand who we don't include in the solutions, i.e., that same fox in that hen house. I'm going to be the fox. You think you let it in? I need to be sly enough to understand that you want me to react a certain way, but my grandmother used to say something like, play the fool, don't be the fool. We'll leave it there.
They're going right. I like that. I listen here. I never worded that way, but I agree. Like, I want you to underestimate me. I'm gonna play the fool. Hey, Mr. X, I'm gonna be quiet. It doesn't hurt you to be quiet. It's when we speak up and loud and wrong that now they know for sure that you know that we are a fool. I like that. Play the fool, don't be the fool.
The best ability is to conceal your ability, unfortunately. When you need to flourish those things, if you think about it, ideas are the things that get you paid. So when I used to work in companies where they have suggestion boxes, I'd be damned if I give you a suggestion so that you get rich off of it. And meanwhile, I might be employee of the month. You go straight to hell and understand that the architect is the guy who gets paid. The contractor get a nice bit of money, but I got paid for a picture. You got paid for hard labor and intensity. See who's the fool right there and who played the fool.
There you go. Shout out to the suggestion box. You ain't lying.
I've been in and out watching y'all review it, but so I'm not sure where you started it as far as context with when shit started getting heated on that particular panel. But I watched the full clip the other day, and Pearl actually wasn't antagonizing them at the beginning. Now, y'all pointed out a lot of stuff that I'm about to say, where why put fuel to the fire, you know what I'm saying? She, like, originally she was going back and forth with Jazz, and y'all know how this gonna be, right? That's what was happening. She was going back and forth with Jazz, and she brought up, all she said was black community or something like that, and they just piled on her, and it just went to hell from there. So I mean, I'm not sure what y'all watched, what y'all saw, but that's what I saw. But I got a question. Here's my question. Y'all see my little sub name? I seen y'all say something about some coon to the moon and shit. That seemed to be the new thing. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I was wondering what exactly does a coon what exactly does coon mean? And from what I've seen, it seemed like basically if you are a black man who doesn't adhere to nigga shit, you a coon.
Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Yes.
Right? But my other question is, all right, this is my last question. Who is allowed to critique us?
No one. Absolutely no one. Not even Jesus, Yahweh, Yeshua, whatever you want. No, absolutely nobody. I saw a video lately, brother Ayo Bumaye. Good to see you, brother. By the way, definitely day one. I saw a video where it could have been AI, but this this single mom was outside this church with her kid, and one of the elder women came up and was trying to correct the young woman about her kid. And the woman said, "This my child. Who are you to tell me how to raise my child?" And then the elder said, "This is why the community don't exist. Y'all won't listen to us." Exactly. No one could correct them. Not men, not even Nana, who they claim that they cherish and love. Nobody, Ayo, nobody.
All right, so that kind of brings it full circle, right? Notice how when Pearl said the shit she said, you went and looked it up yourself, and what she said was true. So what is she saying that's not true? That's what I want to know. To all the people who mad at Pearl, what is she saying exactly that's not true? If someone says something, why not fight the argument instead of the messenger, right? You know what I'm saying? I get. I don't really care for Pearl neither. You know what I'm saying? But somebody pointed out even in her chat that she don't always talk like that. She's doing it because they giving her the fuel. They giving her that power.
Yes.
With the rage baiting and shit, right? But what exactly can you fight the argument? Look what Fatty just did. Fatty is known to be petty. He went to the depths of hell to point out how she was with some fat black dude and what something had nothing to do with nothing. Instead of fighting her argument, what is she saying that's wrong, right? And we know Fatty known the cake for some pretty black women on that panel. We seen them crash out over pretty black women. All right. So that's why I asked, who is allowed to speak on us? Who is allowed to critique us? Right? That's why I just want to know who's allowed. Chat, tell me who's allowed.
Like I said, though, she was factual, but taken out of context.
Yeah.
Under 3,000 person self-reported sample size. That's
a
key point to know.
But you're talking about something different because Mr. Walker, he said he looked up the CDC. CDC ain't based off polls and what you call them, surveys. That's actually based off data that comes from the hospitals.
The stat that she quoted is directly from
about the incarcerated men. That one. That's
the panel study of income dynamics, PSID. That's the exact quote she studied that she stated.
No, I'm referring to the STD, the herpes comment. When Mr. Walker looked it up.
I don't care about that. I don't have
she
no
said,
dog in that game because I'm out.
She said what she said, and we was like, hell no, that can't be true. Mr. Walker went and looked it up, and it was true. So what's the problem?
Yeah, she said almost 50% of melanated sisters have the herpaderp, and it
was 48%,
and it's 48% between ages of like 19 and 49.
So she didn't lie.
But what do we also know that's true when we talk about this situation? The same women is sleeping with the same
men. That's why the men percentage is lower. Of course, we know that.
Yeah.
And then we often reference these epidemics in Houston and ATL. Well, what do those look like when the numbers get involved? If there's an epidemic of STDs, what does that look? It's got to materialize number-wise. Can't just be saying, oh, so many people got it. What's the percentage? They saying it's damn near 50 and 36% for men. So so here we go. This is what our culture likes to do. We all include in this, and that's true. 50% of our sisters and 30% of us men. That's disgusting. That's nasty. For every other woman, and I like to think about if we're telling our sons to go out here dating, our daughters, we like would we not be smart to say, hey, son, you of age now, so you out here partying, you're popular. Look at these numbers. They don't believe their parents. Look at the numbers, boy. Look and know what I taught you. Protect yourself and the ladies. 30, every other woman for the men, and over 1 in 4 for the men. Danger.
But look, where they messed up. Fatty messy, man. He put tyranny against Pearl, bro. Come on now. Tyranny?
That was wild.
Hey, yo, he knew.
Come on. He know he be doing.
He knew they wouldn't have factual information. They wouldn't do any research. He probably didn't even bother to give you, or I take it back. I give him I'd say he gave them the full script of what was going to go on. And they bothered to do no research. They just come off the cuff as usual. He understood. Go ahead.
Can y'all tell me anything that Tyranny has added to a panel? Any
Not a
positive,
damn
any
thing.
fulfillment she's
Volatility,
Not a
volatility,
damn thing.
and clickbait.
There
And
you go,
he is
volatility
used to
at
that.
best.
He wanted it. He put that keg powder together for that dynamite to blow in that way, and the people that were set up for it dinner for schmucks. They don't realize they're the schmucks. And so, if anybody that he wanted to bring up that will purport what you just said, be very rational, come up with statistics and data to counter or dig into the numbers, then those people wouldn't be there, because those people would totally dissipate what he's trying to create in that instance, in my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but I don't think, like we said, what intellectual capacity could we gain from Tyranny being on a panel? So don't tell me that we was going out there to get some academia. It was not the case. So they picked them purposely, handpicked schmucks, no invitation.
Postman, two things is true. Like you said, Tyranny, it's an entertainment thing. Most people are not here for anything academic. Let's just call a spade a spade. 90% of viewers are here to be entertained. Most people ain't trying to learn a damn thing. They already know everything. So people are here to be entertained, and Tyranny and Jay Prince, these people are entertaining, and that's the value they bring. So